This morning I had a kind of a coaching call with a parent who I saw their student for the first time this past week. And there are a couple things that I thought would be super helpful for other people out there. This particular student was having a hard time in math, and as I explained to the parent, they are particularly adverse to getting help. They're sort of very frustrated about being asked to explain things. Got into a topic in math class that doesn't come as easily, that it's kind of not, they have to kind of work at it to understand this particular math topic or whatever. So what I was explaining to the parent is for these kinds of students, what's really common is up until now, they've kind of just absorbed the information, like everything's been easy, they've gotten all A's, and then suddenly they get to a topic or a class altogether even that really challenges their ability to understand the material. So unlike before, when it just kind of magically got absorbed, now they're looking at this idea, maybe working problems, and nothing makes sense. And so I was asking this student to try to explain, we work through problems, explain some of the information, kind of come up with their own understanding of the idea that we were talking about, some probability stuff. And there was a lot of pushback. Like they just did not want to. It was too hard. They said they couldn't do it. Not even one sentence. That was just, I can't do it. It's too difficult. I don't understand it. Even though we just done the problem together and we explained it and kind of walked through the whole thing. So there was no reason to not be able to at least try to make an understanding, to write out an understanding of what was happening with the idea. So a lot of extra pushback that wasn't really attached to the reality of what was going on. And so I was explaining this to the parent, and they were saying that, yes, that's spot on. Like it's been pulling teeth even to get the student to find help or be willing to engage with someone to get help. And in my experience, what that is pointing to is that underneath, what the student is really upset about and concerned about, and the reason they're so resistive to getting help or anything like that, is that this challenge is a challenge to like their self-concept of who they are. Like their own ego is getting attacked essentially. And because up until this point, they've been the smart kid, the kid that everything's easy for, the kid that does so great in school. And so now that they've come up with a challenge, come against a challenge, now they're starting to wonder if they actually are as smart as they thought they were. They're actually wondering if maybe I'm a complete dumbass. Maybe this has all just been a mirage of some magical thing was happening before, and now the magic is over, and I'm actually dumb, or I'm actually not as smart, or lots of internal things that they are worried about. Excuse me. That is making them feel badly about themselves. And so I think that in kind of working through that, I think it's important to kind of help them understand like where they're at and being patient with this really challenging time in developing their skills as a student. And of course, it's hitting on lots of skills that we as humans have to work through, all of us. And so that was all wonderful. That all made sense to this parent. And then we got into something that I think was also really helpful. what I said was that when we're interacting with those students, and if it's your student or if it's you yourself, even, uh, it's really easy to get frustrated at them because they're not seeking help, they're not trying to do anything. There's very like a lot of pushback, and that's really frustrating. It's frustrating for the person certainly, but it's also frustrating for parents. Just you don't get into a yelling match with your kid when you're trying to be supportive and trying to like help them through this very challenging time. And so the parent was saying that one way that they've been trying to do that is sort of build them up, which totally makes sense, right? You want to keep it positive. You want to like let them know that you think that they're good and that they are smart and they can do it and all of that. And I think, and here's the kicker, is I think sometimes that is a backfiring from the perspective of the student. And here's why. Because what the outside person is saying is, hey, you're so smart, you can do it, you're a success, way to go. And what the student is hearing is, what you're seeing is the mask that I've been putting up. And so it's reinforcing this idea that there's a disconnect between what I'm showing other people and what I'm actually feeling on the inside. Because what I'm feeling on the inside is not that I'm smart and capable and whatever. I'm feeling like a complete idiot because I can't get this math thing or this science thing that everyone else seems to be getting. That there must be something wrong with me. And so rather than reinforcing that the filter that's kind of between you and the student, what I suggested was helping them reframe their approach to the problem. Because what we want is for them to, and for us too, like this is true of all of us, but we want to take a challenging problem and be able to do something about it. One, I just need to do something. So taking action. And number two, breaking apart the problem into things that I can tackle so that I can start making progress and getting to a solution. and then of course at the end of that, maybe not. Maybe I'm successful. Maybe I get a great grade. Maybe I don't get a great grade. Who cares? Actually, I think probably getting a bad grade or failing even might be really important in that whole process, because it's from those failures that we actually can say like, well, that didn't work, so let me try something else. Let me try again. Let me keep working the problem until we can grow out of that, develop new skills. Like it opens up a whole new world of possibility to learn how to tackle challenging things. Again, true, very true here too. So what I suggested was trying to help highlight those kinds of things, because in everybody's day-to-day life there are going to be small challenges, big challenges, and what you could help the student do, help him do in this case, is help him notice where he's tackled something that was challenging, something that was difficult, and sort of help him reframe that and make part of his own self discussion, his self talking about himself, that he's a person that tackles challenging things, that he makes progress on challenging things, that he takes action, that even if it didn't go well, that you're able to come back and try something else, edit that paper, or work hard on a challenging history project. And so rather than saying, you're so smart, you did such a great job on your AP, great work, whatever it is, you're helping them notice and saying out loud, hey, I noticed that AP paper was really difficult. I saw that you were working really hard on it, that you kept trying, that you worked through the editing. Great job on taking action, on the process, on the rather than focusing on the result, on the things that we want to highlight that can then be less about I'm reaffirming that you're a smart person and affirming that you're a person who tackles challenging things, you're a person who takes action, you're a person that works regardless of the result until you get the result that you want. So I hope that's helpful to people. And anyway, I certainly thought that it was interesting, and the parent said that some light bulbs were going off for them, and so hopefully some light bulbs go off for you too.